ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Thanks, Steve. See you at the hotel. Mom! Mom!
Who's that?
Look like a girl. Mom, I didn't see you.
Well, it's a good thing or you'd have run smack dab into the side of the house.
Something important. A special delivery letter from the Hall Publishing Company.
Hot dog, I won the contest. I knew there were 14 rabbits hidden in that picture.
This is addressed to Miss Bobby Joe Bradley.
Yeah? How many rabbits did you guess?
Oh, it's much more important than that. Read it, Mom.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Dear Miss Bradley, we're pleased to inform you that your submission, Tears at Twilight, has been accepted for publication. Oh, Bobby Joe. Isn't that exciting?
Sure is. Means I got another chance at that contest. I knew there was 14 rabbits in that picture. I triple checked. Oh, just a joshing. That's terrific, Bobby Joe. Shows you got some of that Carson literary blood.
You know, you spread so much of that Carson blood around, it's a wonder you have any left for yourself.
Ed, this is the biggest story to hit the Valley in a long time, so I want the Guardian to cover it fully. You understand?
Yeah, you want the Guardian to cover it fully.
Oh, well, I don't have anybody else to send, so you got to go interview Bobby Joe. I'm setting up her life story because I've known her ever since she was born.
Oh, well, then I won't ask her what her life story is.
Now, all I want you to get is a picture and a quotable quote.
Right. What's a quotable quote?
One that we can quote.
Oh, right.
Well, get going.
Yes, sir. Only, it'll be a bit before I can get started.
Why?
Well, I can't interview a celebrity, especially as pretty a one as Bobby Joe like this.
What do you figure on doing?
Sarah, get me Elmer's barbershop. Elmer, this is me. El, anybody in the chair? Good. Hold it open, because I'm coming over for action. That's right, I want the works. Haircut, shave, witch hazel, toilet water, Yoe de cologne. If it smells, I want it. Don't worry, Mr. Drucker. I'm on my way. What was it I was supposed to get?
A quotable quote.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yoy de cologne.
You want a what?
Interview Bobby Joe for the press. See?
Yeah, I see. What do you got on?
Yoe de cologne. Kind of gets to you, don't it?
Smell like a barbershop coming out of a barbershop.
Did you get Bobby Joe? They're holding the presses.
Okay. Howdy, Joe. Come on down and be interviewed with the press.
Hi, Ep. I see you're here on business.
Got to interview Bobby Joe for a special issue of the World Guardian.
Oh, Sam Drucker's going all out, is he?
You got no idea. He's pushing the lead story clear back to page 2.
That ain't so far back.
It is when all you've got is 2 pages. What is the lead story?
All about Fred Zippel buying contact lenses for his pig, Arnold.
Bobby Joe really rates, doesn't she?
Just a minute, young fella. Before you interview my client, we better have a briefing.
What kind? What briefing?
Kate, you know how they do at them White House press conferences? I gotta know the questions he's going to ask so I can make Bobby Joe look good.
Oh, well, I certainly want Bobby Joe to look good. Well, what are the questions?
Oh, I go by what the correspondence school teaches. The 5 W's that every newspaper man asks.
What are they?
Who, what, where, when, and why.
Oh, that's easy. Who? Bobby Joe. What? She wrote a poem and sold it to a magazine.
Yeah.
Where? In the city.
Hot dog. Boy, this is working out great.
When? The letter came yesterday.
Yeah.
Why? She said it and I liked it.
Boy, I got to keep up the payments on this course. Thanks a million, Miss Bradley.
Hi, Ep.
Hi, Bobby Joe. Hold it. Bye, Bobby Joe.
Hey! I thought I was supposed to be interviewed.
You just were. Golly, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to get a quotable quote.
Quotable quotes are hard to come by.
Hey, that's a nifty. Quotable quotes are hard to come by. Quoted. Bobby Joe. Thanks, Bobby Joe.
Well, here you are, folks, hot off the press. Practically the whole front page is about Bobby Joe.
Golly! Imagine the whole page.
Sam Drucker hasn't devoted a whole page to one story since the fire at the popcorn factory.
That was a big story.
It was when the molasses factory next door exploded. Hooterville had history's first 800-pound popcorn ball. I'll say one thing. If this doesn't give Bobby Joe the big head, nothing will.
Oh, don't you worry about my Bobby Joe. A little publicity isn't going to turn her head, even though her name is mentioned 10 times.
11. Excuse me, I'd like to get started on a scrapbook.
I'm not worried about Bobby Joe. Not one bit.
The trees, the breeze, the stars, and I seem heaven-touched whene'er I fly.
No kidding.
I made that up just now.
No kidding.
What do you think of it?
Well, except for the fact that we weren't flying in the trees and the wind wasn't blowing and stars weren't out, it says it all.
You don't understand poets.
Hi, sweetie. You're just in time to help me with some preserves.
Oh, gosh.
What's the matter?
It's just at the moment I have inspiration.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there's no fever.
Mom, you know what I mean. This is something you have to do while it's hot.
I know. It's the same with preserves. So you go ahead. I'll get one of your sisters to help me, huh?
Thanks.
Steve, you're just the fellow I want to see.
Sure, what about?
Did you take Bobby Joe flying this morning?
Well, yeah, I had a quick job and she went along. She said something about how inspirational it was to soar through the heavens.
Is that what you did?
You could call it that if you had a good imagination. Mostly I crop dusted Newt Kiley's rutabaga patch.
You sure you didn't fly too close to the hot sun, her being bareheaded and all?
We stayed pretty clear of the sun. What's up?
She's been acting kind of peculiar. She's up in her room right now, strumming on a guitar and calling the wind Mariah.
Well, I think it's a better name than Ralph.
This is serious, Steve. I think it goes back to her childhood. You know that poem she wrote for that magazine?
Tears at Twilight?
Yeah, that's the one. You know what it's all about?
No, I've never read it.
I haven't either, but I think I figured out what it's all about.
Oh?
Several years ago, when she was just a little type, She disobeyed her mother by not coming straight home. She played in the schoolyard until almost twilight. When she got home, dinner was all over and there wasn't anything for her to eat. So she goes up to her room and cries herself to sleep, and that's why she calls the poem Tears at Twilight.
Well, that's something to think about, all right.
Sure is. We got to keep an eye on that kid.
Hey, honey. Mom?
Hmm?
I don't know if I should even bring this up or not, but, have you noticed anything different about Bobby Joe lately?
Well, no, not really.
I mean, since she's become an authoress, the way she's been acting. Like yesterday, she asked me if she could trade rooms. And do you know why? Because my room has such an inspiring view.
Well, I think she's allowed a little artistic temperament. After all, she did sell one of her writings to a magazine.
Yeah, but an inspiring view. My room looks over the clothesline and the abandoned chicken coop.
Oh, let's not worry about it, huh? Bobby Joe's a very sensible girl. I keep telling myself.
Maybe so, but there are a lot of other nutty things she's been doing. Are you talking about Bobby Joe? Yeah. I've been worried about her, too.
Now, listen, you two. It is not right to be discussing your sister when she isn't here to defend herself. Oh, there's the cannonball. Go on down and get the mail.
Okay, if you don't want to hear about it.
Now, hold it. What don't I want to hear about?
Well, yesterday I ran into May Aldridge, and she said that Bobby Joe's been running around with a different crowd at college.
Different in what way?
Well, kooks.
Kooks. Oh, I'd have to see that to believe it.
Kate, you ought to see the fellow Bobby Joe's coming up the path with.
What about him?
Well, he's got a beard. Looks like some sort of a kook. Either that or he's selling cough drops.
Well, at least she's bringing him home.
That Bobby Joe, she brings home the darndest things. Remember the time she brought home that old mangy flea bit? This is one time I'm with you.
Don't mind the dog.
He's just jealous because you got more hair in the end.
You be quiet, boy.
Mom,
Yes, dear.
I'd like for you to meet Stanley Harper.
How do you do, Stanley?
And this is my uncle, Mr. Joe Carson, and my sisters, Billy Joe and Betty Joe. Hi. Hi.
Cuckoo.
Stanley's one of our leading intellectuals. He's sort of taken me under his wing.
Why?
But she's a good kid. All she needs is to be with it.
With what?
The Charlie. The action. How do you lay it down, man? It's like, what's happening?
Do you understand him? I think some of it's in English.
Girls, would you mind?
Break it up. She means you, too.
Let's all sit down.
Mom, Darling wants to know if he can take me to a coffee house in Springdale.
Coffee house? Exactly what is a coffee house?
A coffee house is an establishment where the individual drinks coffee.
That makes sense. What does the individual put in his coffee when he drinks it?
One is free to make his own choice.
Choice of what?
Cream or sugar.
Oh, that's nice. Is this all you do in a coffee house? Drink coffee?
Think. Think.
About what?
About the things intellectuals dwell on. Life and, life.
Ruby.
And they have entertainment, too.
Oh, say, you know, Bobby Joe, Floyd and Charlie have an act with their two-man band.
Not that kind of entertainment.
like readings and poems, like that.
It's all very intellectual. Couldn't I go, Mom? Couldn't I?
Well, it doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, thanks,
I
Mom.
guess-
You're terrific.
Petticoat.
Oh, hi there. Here for the day?
Yeah, chalked up another one. Is Bobby Joe around? She wanted me to pick up a few extra copies of The Guardian.
No, she just took off for that coffee house in Springdale.
What's she doing in that trap?
Trap? What do you know about it?
Well, the other day I was over that way on business, so I dropped in for laughs. I think it was for laughs. With all those ding-a-lings hanging around, it was hard to tell.
Ding-a-lings? Are you trying to tell me it's not a proper place for my Bobby Joe?
No, not exactly.
Oh.
It's entirely up to you. But if it was a daughter of mine, I wouldn't want her hanging around a joint like that.
Steve, you come back here. Will you take me to this place? I think I should see for myself.
Okay, as soon as I shower and change clothes. Although why I should for a dive like that, I'll never know.
This is it.
This is the place.
Don't order me anything. You get the feeling somebody's watching you? She's gonna do something. But she forgot what. What do you suppose that is?
It's a self-portrait.
Hey, you're right.
You want to buy it?
Oh, I don't know. You got change for a ruble?
Careful, you may have to take the whole wall. You suppose they ever make a move?
Nope.
I think the girl's winning.
Which one's the girl?
Soft one.
Oh, yeah?
Wonder when it blasts off.
Never get off the ground.
Say, isn't that someone we know?
Why, George, I believe that's a relative of yours.
Hi, Stanley. Well, if it isn't Bobby Joe.
Mom, please.
What? Oh.
Death is the nightmare of life.
Sounds like a fun topic.
The eagle screams, the dove falters. All is black. Mercy cries, mercy, but no one hears. Eyes see,
beautiful I could cry.
Yeah, I thought it was sort of sad, too.
You liked it, didn't you, Steve?
Oh, I thought the first line was a gas, but from there on it kind of went downhill.
It was a real catchy tune, though. Well, honey, what am I supposed to say? Obviously, nobody liked it. They didn't applaud.
They never applaud. Only once in a great while. That's what makes the artist strive to be ever better.
Well, that one has only one way to go.
She's one of the great ones.
You're kidding. Wait till I hear you read one of your poems.
You think I'd go on after her?
Why not?
Mom, didn't you hear? She's one of the greats. A living legend.
Really?
Don't you see? Oh, what's the use? You'd never understand in 1,000 years.
Oh, I wouldn't, huh? Young lady, could I borrow that a minute? Thanks.
Mom, what is she gonna do?
Relax. She may have been the best in town, but she ain't no more. Because your mama come around.
Oh, I'll die.
Protest! Reap the wild wind. Mersey-dotes and dozy-dotes. Little lambs eat ivy. The kid will eat ivy too. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Man, is she connected?
You mean Mom was a hit in a place like that?
A smash hit. Well, if she'd have done one more chorus, I'd have grown a beard and taken off my shoes.
She's got the old Carson talent, all right.
What got me was the beautiful reading you gave.
Beautiful.
Well, it had to have something. It must have been deep and meaningful. I mean by the applause you got.
Honey, I hate to disillusion you, but that was just a lot of gibberish. With a few lines from a silly novelty song we used to sing years ago.
Mom, you mean it?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
But it sounded so boss, so with it. And they applauded.
Well, I guess it shows that drinking from a greasy coffee cup and not combing your hair doesn't make you an intellectual.
I guess it shows me something else, too. Kind of sliding off the beam, wasn't I?
Just a little bit. I never worry about you going too far.
Welcome back, Bobby Joe.
Hey, speaking of coffee houses, how about putting on a pot of Java?
One pot coming up. And while we're at it, I could go for some peach cobbler. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I'm the daughter.
Nick at Night's TV Land has uncovered 3 rare television oddities from our huge archives. Annie Potts in Good Time Girls, George Wendt in Making the Grade, and Rock Hudson in The Devlin Connection. They're big stars on the little screen on Saturday Cavalcade. Tomorrow starting at 12 noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Now stay tuned for Green Acres, next on Nick at Night's TV Land.
Petticoat, Junction.